Antonio, you and Kyle Robarts both were talking about how you could see your family but not do much with them. I appreciated that because the emotions you showed, you and Kyle, that day was amazing. What was it like when you finally could hug them?
Oh, Smoke, I was. It was hard to say because you just lost the basketball game.
Yep.
But at the same time, you got to put your arms around your wife and your daughter, and it had been. I don't know. It was all I could think about. So it was exciting to say the least.
I can imagine the last week or two have been a whirlwind for you and a lot of others as well. What's it been like watching the transition, and what was it like? And kind of take us through what you and Coach Collen talked about staying a part of the women's basketball staff.
Well, it was a lot of waiting, kind of holding your breath, hoping for an opportunity, to get to speak with Coach. And then when I did, it was just it was a big sigh of relief. Just from her as a person, having the opportunity to speak openly and honestly and talk about what I believe in and what I believe my role is and what I believe I can offer. And getting to do that in an open and honest forum where I could be myself and she could get to know who I am. It was a breath of fresh air. And after holding your breath for 2 weeks, that's kind of nice.
Jeremy, you've been here, two different stints, but you came back for a reason. You wanted to be here in Waco. I can't imagine you said breathing a breath of fresh air or breathing again. Was it relief, joy? What was the emotion when we finally got that yes?
Yeah. I kind of felt like I was walking on air. I'm not sure my feet were touching the ground. It was an opportunity to stay in a community that we love. That has embraced us and we've embraced, stay at a university we believe in. And then with the program supporting student athletes that, they're like family to us. They're my daughter's big sisters. And, it just kind of everything aligned at once for us. And we're grateful for the opportunity. And I'm just fired up to be here to support Coach Collen.
What were kind of your first impressions of Coach Collen, just her, kind of her personality, her energy?
Man, just that's a tough one because my first interaction with her was with the team when she came in and we had the team meeting. I was still included in that meeting, but when we sat down we had breakfast together, and she's real, she's down to earth, she's student athlete centered, and I just those are kind of cornerstones of my personal philosophy on what I do for a living and basically how I carry myself. So. I really enjoyed hearing her tell me about what the program was going to be, what the future of Baylor women's basketball looked like, because it really aligns with my personal philosophy, and it was exciting.
Jeremy, I think there's in football when a head coach is hired, a lot of times the strength and conditioning coach is tied into that person. Sometimes there's a year or two before that happens, and as Paul mentioned, you've been a part of the Lady Bears under Kim Mulkey a couple of different times. How important, and when I saw your name was staying, first of all, I was happy because I know you're okay enough to where that we are glad you're staying for obvious reasons, what you do. But the players, how important is it, in your opinion, that you're there and they know you? There's incoming transfers and whatever else, but they know you. How critical is that connection?
I think it's going to give Coach Collen a really solid foundation to start off on, because they do have me to rely on. They're going to be honest with me. They're going to tell me what I need to hear and what I can share with Coach. And so I think it gives her, it's a point of stability so that she can go be who she needs to be, go do all the recruiting she needs to do. And we can take care of the things that we need to take care of here at the house.
Is it going to be a lot easier for the team, especially strength and conditioning? You spend more time with them than almost anybody, to not have that transition from one coach to another?
I really do think so, because you're going to be changing the majority of the staff, and to have some people that are in your corner that you spend with every day that are advocates for you, like myself and Alex Olson, our athletic trainer. Mm-hmm. I do. I think it's, like I said, it's going to provide a point of stability for the student athletes. So that they're not adapting to everything all at once. This is comfortable to them. This is something that they know and hopefully love. Based on the response we've got, I believe that they do. And, so it's something that they can come back to us whenever they need to. When things get tough, they're going to have a comfortable person to speak to.
Jeremy, with your role, is there certain things like do different coaches look for different things? Is there a different point of emphasis perhaps? I mean, I know you guys have plenty of other things to plan out here moving forward, but do you have any type of an indication from Coach Collen on kind of the direction she wants to take? Is it just kind of the same direction you've been going this whole time?
I think there are going to be some different direction. I don't think that the details have been. I haven't been privy to all the details yet because Coach Collen's building a staff right now. But what we have talked about as far as like basketball wise, we're going to be run and gun. We're going to be wide open. We're going to be a pro style offense pushing the ball. And I mean, like we're going to be defensive intensive, but our offense is going to be a little bit more wide open. And for someone like me who can have an impact on our resiliency and our durability and our ability to push the ball, that's exciting for me. So I like the fact that I get to stay where I'm at and do what I love to do, but be challenged with this new opportunity, with this new challenge. Like we're going to be a little bit different on the offensive end, and that's exciting to me.
You have different type of certifications, et cetera, with strength and conditioning and all of that. I thought, and Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought I saw Charlie Melton post a picture recently, and I couldn't find it, but I thought I saw him post a picture recently with you and that you earned yet something else. Is that correct? Is there another certification that you earned?
Yes, I received, it was actually from previous year, just because of COVID, I didn't receive it, but I was awarded my Master Strength Conditioning jacket. Charlie had been awarded it some years ago, and he actually was the person who handed me my jacket in the ceremony. So we took a picture together, but yeah, it's an honor to be recognized by your peers as a master in your craft, and certainly an honor to be given that jacket from Charlie Melton, one of my best friends.
All right, who can work out harder, you or Charlie?
Well, that's tough. Now, are you asking me who's stronger? Because Charlie's got me by about 50 pounds, so I'm going to give him that. But I think we can both go all day now. We can both go all day. And by the way, I'm sorry, I am on the radio. I got to get this in here. We no longer refer to him as just Charlie. We call him Champion Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
From here on out.
Yeah. When I did that interview with you and Kyle that I alluded to, then I went to Indianapolis. And I was walking back to the hotel one day, and I'm walking along the area that would normally be, it's like a lobby. I don't know where it would be. But Charlie's on one side of the window, on one side of whatever this lobby is, across the street from where they were staying, and his wife and I think 3 children. Is that right? I believe it was.
Yes, there's 5 between the 2 of them, but his 3 children, yeah.
3, yeah, and they're on the other side of the glass. And when I saw them, and you could tell they were thrilled to see Daddy, and he was obviously thrilled to see them. But when I saw them, I thought about you, and I thought about Kyle, because that's the picture you guys tried to paint, that you could only look but don't touch in a certain way.
Yeah, and as hard as it was for them, his kids are teenagers, and so you can have a conversation, and that was the thing for Kyle and I. Like our kids are 3 to 5 years old. It's so hard to explain, and they just don't understand why you would be on the other side of a glass and can't see, it can't touch me. So that was not that it was any easier for Charlie than it was for us. It certainly wasn't. They were gone for so long. But yeah, it just I saw that picture. He actually sent a picture of that to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was tough.
You know what I also love about Jeremy? He served our country, United States Army, 1996 to 98. Was in Fort Campbell in Kentucky. Won a lot of different awards and medals and all of that. How much does that play into what you do? And is it more mentally what you learned serving the country in the Army than it is physically with training girls, women in women's basketball, athletes?
I think, first of all, I don't think you can ever separate the mental from the physical. We can talk about them separately, but when they're put into action, they're the same. And there are aspects of the military life, which obviously Smoke, but they put you in a situation to where it's sink or swim, and generally those situations are physical. So the components are always combined, but really where the military served me well was the discipline. A cornerstone of my philosophy is consistency breeds intensity. And you just have to show up every day, and you have to give your best effort every day. And when you do that, great things happen. And I think that's what benefited me most my time in the military was you just had to show up. If you didn't feel good, you had a broken foot, whatever it was, you had to give your best effort because, the enemy didn't care. And you had people that were relying on you, and you needed to be there for them. And so I think that's the aspect that has benefited me most in my career, in my life, in my daily life as a father and a husband. It's just, you just got to show up and you got to give your best effort when you're there.
You mentioned earlier how you had to wait, and it did seem like there was days going by when there was even the uncertainty of what was going to happen with women's basketball. A lot of people think about when somebody continues to build a staff or when somebody's retained, it's not just a one-way street. Yes, Nicki Collen wanted to have Jeremy Heffner, and Jeremy Heffner had to want to stay. Was that the way it was?
Yes, I mean, I was committed to staying in Waco, and I wanted to stay with the program. I could have walked in there and not liked what I saw and not wanted to stay. I mean, that was a reality. My wife and I talked about that. But after the press conference, that really wasn't a reality. Then it just became, after I heard her speak at her initial press conference, I knew that if she wanted me, this is where I still wanted to be.
Well, everyone's happy. I know you're happy. And your wife has a great job here in the local market as well in Waco, so that's good there as well. Thanks for your time, Jeremy. We appreciate you so much. Congratulations. I don't know what message it sent, but I thought it sent a pretty good message when you decided you would be a part of it, and vice versa with Nicki as well. So thanks for your time.
Thank you, Smoke. I appreciate it.
That's Jeremy Heffner. Served our country, and now twice has been athletic performance at Baylor. He spent a little time at Lee High School, where Craig and Jennifer both graduated. Now Legacy. We've mentioned that like twice this week.
Yeah.
Who was it with? There was some other mention of that. I can't remember where it was.
It was yesterday when we said we're going to have him on the
when
show.
we were going to have him on the show. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good for him. Hey, I think that says a lot. And he said a lot. He talked about the pace of play and what they're going to do because they're going to go. That doesn't mean they couldn't before, but it looks like they're going to play with can I say it on the, I won't get blocked by YouTube.
You mean a modern offense?
No, yeah, there you go. Stick your head in the tank of gasoline and light it with a match because that's what it looks like it might be. That doesn't mean you can't play big girl ball inside as well. When we come